Hi YouTubers and you boxing fans, fanatics. Boxing news video here. I'm just a bit tired of watching boxing news and listening to who will A.Khan be fighting next, etc, etc, and the bad blood at the minute between A.Khan and Floyd. I've not read anything up on it apart from a ring interview with the man himself, A.Khan, on the latest episode of Ringside. Catch that episode out on my Daily Motion channel. Now, how do you get there, you might be wondering. My latest videos on YouTube, which I'm doing this video to, there will be links on latest predictions. There will be links to my Daily Motion account. I've had it a while now, and because of my recent strike, I'm unable to upload Ringside, because now I'm only allowed 15-minute videos, because once you get a strike, as you probably know, that you're not allowed to upload anything longer than 15 minutes. So it's not such a bad thing really. It's my own fault. The video that got the strike wasn't even boxing related. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's get back to the boxing news. So, like I said, check out my latest predictions and you'll find a link. Go into Daily Motion and all the Ringside episodes if you want to see the A.Khan phone interview on Ringside. But I just thought I'd do this video of myself. It's going all wrong today. I thought I'd do this video of A.Khan and Andy Lee on who I think they will be facing next in their next fights. I know who Andy Lee is facing for sure, but A.Khan, now there's talk about him facing, let's get this poll nonsense out of the way first. Recently Floyd said to the public, you decide who I face next in the ring, and it was between Marcus Maidana and Khan, and Khan won that poll. I mean, come on now, that's just a ridiculous poll and a pointless poll that was to be had on, I think it might have been Floyd's Twitter thing. I don't know where this poll was on what site it was on or whatever. I had no interest. I just heard about it on boxing news through the web, and I just heard about this silly poll. First of all, the public will not get a say on who Floyd fights next, because you've got, in my opinion, I'm pretty certain that his promoter, or himself, I don't know, does he promote himself? You know, I'm sure, but I'm 100%, 90% sure that the TV network that he's under, he's got a 7-fight contract with a big American network that I can't think of which network he's under at the minute, but he's got a contract to do so many fights before he hangs up the gloves permanently, you know, and I'm pretty certain they'll have more of a say of the outcome, who his next opponent will be. Having said that, that poll was a pointless poll in my opinion, because he is fighting Maidana, so that was pointless, wasn't it, that poll? So just a silly thing for Floyd to come out and say and actually do, you know, this poll. Amir Khan, sorry, won that poll, but it was a pointless. Just looking upon, I'm on Amir Khan's Twitter page here. And a bit silly words here. Can work your way up to world class level. If you need an opponent, the local shopkeeper won't mind making a few quid. Can get him licensed. But do you know what? My opinion is, where does Khan go? It looks as though Khan will be fighting possibly Adrien Broner, Floyd's big friend, isn't Adrien Broner? You know, he looks up so much to Floyd. He doesn't really need to, does he really? Because they're at the same height. But anyway, they're around about the same height. But talking gibberish now. But do you know the next big opponent, in my opinion, and one that it should have a chance of fighting him next, will be Cal Brook, Special K as he's known, as he's nicknamed. And there was I've got a video up of him having a talk on with an interviewer for Sky Sports website, I think it is. I've actually got that video up on my YouTube videos, and he's actually saying, you know, where Amir Khan has basically got nowhere else to turn and no other one else to fight apart. You know, where does he go? He's got to fight me, basically. He was more or less calling him out for the fight, wasn't he, Cal Brook? And do you know what? It isn't 100 miles away. You know, I don't know what that saying means there. Just forget I said that. But it isn't an outside. If I was to have an outside bet on Khan's next opponent, possibly a matchup, and domestically, that would be a good dust-up domestically for UK, somewhere to be held in the UK, a big venue here, and that would do well, you know, view-wise, be a good PPV event, I should imagine. You know, Khan does like to fight in the UK now and again, but because of his promotional ties, I think he's committed to fight more stateside than he is in the UK, you know. Now, just touching upon Adrien Broner, Khan's last opponent, Adrien Broner, in my opinion, would be a bit of a step up for Khan, wouldn't it? So that's my thoughts on King Khan's next possible opponents, and who knows, Khan could possibly feature on the undercard fight of the Floyd Mayweather fight of him and Maidana. You know, Khan and Broner could be on the undercard. There's a quick thingy here, tweet. I can't find that tweet. Oh, here it is. If Adrien Broner wants it, let's do it. Maidana knocked him down twice, I'll knock him out. So that's interesting. Khan says that because actually Khan did actually defeat Maidana, didn't he? A couple of years back now, a few years ago now. and Broner couldn't defeat Maidana. So that's interesting if that fight is to be matched up. So there's two possible opponents. They're the more likely two that Khan will be facing, and I'm going to say he's going to be facing Broner. I'll stick my neck out on that one and say Broner will be Khan's next opponent, in my opinion, and possibly sometime later on. And there's bad blood between them for sure, and that's Kelbrook and Khan. There's real bad blood there and hatred there, so that would be a good fight also in the future. Now getting on to Andy Lee, his next opponent looks to be Matthew Macklin, and I'm I wouldn't say a big Andy Lee fan, but I'm an Andy Lee fan. Between Andy Lee and Matthew Macklin, I have to go with my man, Andy Lee. And you know, there's a lot of Irish support and people that are living stateside and supporting Andy Lee, isn't there? So that'll be a good fight, you know, between two Irish men. Where will it be held? I'm not quite sure, because I think Andy Lee is under Lou DiBella promoter, isn't it? That American promoter of Malignaggi and other big fighters. So that would be interesting. Where would that be held? It says here, I want the fight on April. So the 26th date for me versus Macklin is perfect. So that's a good thing. And I've got a video actually of the middleweight. The gloves are off, and Andy Lee and Matthew Macklin are saying, why haven't the foughts yet, you know? And now it looks as though it's going to happen. Andy Lee is very much not at the end of his career, but he's coming. He's coming towards the end of his career, isn't it, Andy Lee? And I'd go with Andy Lee on that one all day long. For future predictions, I would pick Andy Lee to beat Macklin, judging on Macklin's last performance. Andy Lee, you know, is mixed it up with some real top-notch opponents, and I think he's very underrated, Andy Lee. And I think he's only got 3 defeats on his record, so he's been in with the likes of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., you know, some real good opponents in the top 10, hasn't he? So that'll be, I think Andy Lee will beat Matthew Macklin, no problems whatsoever, in my opinion. So that's about it, fight fans, for all of this. I'm going to call this video Boris's Boxing News, and a quick shout out to my man, the Legort Warrior 7. He's got some decent videos out there with some decent boxing news. So thanks for watching, and get commenting as always. Thanks for watching.